For the benefit of our guests, please allow me to explain the way our table topics are structured. Volunteers are presented with a scenario or a conversational prompt and asked to try to speak for at least 60 seconds, at which time you will see Cameron, our sorcerer of time, change his background to green skies over the ocean. At the midpoint, you'll see him change his background to yellow skies. That's at 90 seconds. And finally, at 2 minutes, he'll change his skies to red with the falling tentacled creatures, at which time we ask you to wrap up your tale of woe within 30 seconds. However, this is going to be a bit of a different table topics format. If it goes well, you might see it again. If it goes poorly, no one tell anyone else it happened, and I will delete the recording. I will display a screen of characters. You can think of them as non-player characters if it perturbs you less to be the instrument of their demise. The volunteer will select one of these 12 characters, after which I will share a little bit about them and why they found their way to the town of Vorostrova. Then I will show you a map of the town and ask you where you want to visit. Once you've chosen a place, I will share a short snippet about the place, and it will be left to you to tell a tale that ends in your chosen character's death. Bonus points for the dumbest way to die, of course. Please use the raise hand feature to help me see the order in which people have volunteered to play. But first, let's learn a little bit about our horror setting, the town of Vorostova in Eastern Europe. Vorostova, similar to Culpeper, is a harbor town. However, instead of being set in Australia, which I was afraid might be copyrighted, it is in Eastern Europe. Population is relatively small at 22,000, and its industries are fairly limited. Not a lot of job opportunities in the town of Vorostova. However, there is fishing, food processing, primarily canning of fish, and textiles. The etymology of the word Vorostova comes from vor, which means thief, and stova, which means dwelling. So perhaps some pirates once upon a time made their home here. It is a very rainy town with an annual rainfall of 82 inches, and it's also quite cold, 45 degrees Fahrenheit today. That's the equivalent of 5 degrees Celsius for those of you who have normal measurement systems. In the town of Vorostova, they speak Polish, Russian, and thankfully for you, English. They did at one time have a university, I can't pronounce that word, it's in Polish, Vorostova. However, it closed in 1984. So you can take from that what you will about job prospects in this town. Could I please get a volunteer to choose from our lovely cast of non-player characters? Greg, my first victim. What number character would you like to play?
5.
5. Let's learn more about him. Senor Luis Garcia. He is from Spain, and he is the executor of the Schultz estate. He has traveled to the town of Vorostova to perform a valuation of part of its estate, which has an interest in textile production, one of the factories of which is here in the city. Greg, I would like you to choose a location. They are all listed here on the left, or you can refer to the map.
Well, clearly the factory.
Clearly the factory. Let's learn a little bit about the factory. A sense of unease washes over you as you pass by rows of rusted machines, their gears frozen in time like ancient relics of a bygone era.
Did we lose sound on you, Lonnie?
No, however, that was your beginning of your story.
Oh,
It is now your turn.
okay, thank you. Obviously, as the executor of the Schultz Estate, I obviously need to look into the factory. It's where we get all the money from this town, but it seems that we don't really get as much productivity as the other places. And so I go there, and the people I meet with aren't wearing suits. Clearly, they don't understand how important I am. So, nevertheless, I'm happy to meet with them on their terms. And they walk me around, and half the line isn't running. They have cotton, and it's making the textiles, but an entire line isn't running. And I ask them about this, and they say, well, that's for a different material. Well, okay, why don't we get the material? We just get it and we put it in and we're running and we double our profits. And they said, well, there's a shortage and we aren't capable of doing better. Our warehouse is empty. I said, that's impossible. Clearly, I'm a man of action. I can get you what you want. You let me know what to do and I will get that material for you. I said, okay. So they walked me to the supply room for this material. And I see an empty room with one large bin at the end that feeds into the line. I don't understand, but I go and look to see so I can get a sample of the material. And as I look into this bin, I feel a hand on my back shoving me. And as the machine pulls me in, they say, thank you for providing the material. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Way to set the bar, Greg. Good grief. Okay. Bear with me, by the way, if I do have some technical difficulties with navigating the PowerPoint and Zoom, but I will do my best. Do I have our next volunteer? Looks like it's going to be Robert. Robert, thank you for stepping up. Which character would you like to play this evening?
I'll take character 4.
Character 4. You will be playing the role of Saito Yamamoto, who, as you might have guessed, is Japanese. He is the eldest son of a wealthy Japanese family with an interest in canned fish production. So he's come here to see about the possibility of expanding his family's interest into the Baltic Sea area. Where would you like to send Saito?
Saito is going to the bell tower.
The bell tower. Okay. The bell tower looms above you like a twisted monolith, its bells long since removed or perhaps fallen.
Why my father gave Saito this mission, I have no idea. But he should have been able to manage it. It was not that difficult. Go to the village, find out how they canned the fish, and bring that information back. We knew that they had specific patents. We knew that the patents were documented because they'd been lodged. Bring back the paperwork. Saito was told by some locals that the copies of the paperwork were contained in the cellar of the bell tower. I mean, who stores patent documents in the cellar of a bell tower? But regardless, naive, yes, probably, but Saito went to explore the bell tower. Now, the bell had been silent for many, many years. There was still, however, the rope from when the bell was pulled previously. And right in the centre at the ground level was a trap door leading down. Saito opened the trap door, but there was no ladder. There were no stairs. There was no clear way for Saito to descend, other than grabbing onto the rope. So he grabbed onto the rope and started to descend, and started to descend further and further. He was not perturbed by the lack of light, by the fact that he was going lower and lower until he started to spin around and around, and he clenched on to that rope. As he spun faster and faster, the rope wrapping around him, and with his dying breath he realized the rope had strangled him. Back to you, Lonnie.
Lonnie, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for your tale of woe, Robert. Very creative use of the remaining rope, despite there being no bell. My next victim is Kate. Kate, which character would you like to play?
I'll take number 12.
Number 12. This is Marta Wozniak. She is a retired school teacher whose family is originally from Vorostrova. However, she was a little girl when her family moved the rest of the family out of the town and away after a series of deaths that she doesn't know anything about. As a retiree, she has decided to return to the town of Vorostrova to learn more about where her family came from. Where should Marta go?
The museum.
The museum. Okay. You approach the crumbling gates of the abandoned, oh, sorry, wrong place. As you wander through the dusty halls of the museum, faded photographs stare back at you from cracked frames, their subjects long gone, but their presence lingering in the air. A chill runs down your spine as you pass by a display of old newspaper clippings, their headlines hinting at unsolved mysteries and forgotten horrors that have plagued this town over the years.
I look out over the newspaper clippings and I read about mysterious deaths, weird happenings around town. I'm getting slightly perturbed at this. I just wanted to return home, learn about where my family came from, why we left so suddenly. I thought the museum would be the best place. I carefully walk amongst the broken glass because obviously, cracked frames and displays from age. Maybe some teenagers broke in, came to vandalize the place. And I look around, sad, scared, reading about these mysterious deaths. Is this why my family left? I pick up a picture frame and I see my grandfather. He's been long, long gone. I wonder if he missed this place after we moved. We left pretty quickly. So quick, I could barely even wave goodbye to the bell tower. I wonder if the bells still ring in this town. I haven't heard them yet. Might go check it out later. I walk across a puddle, still marveling, taking in the scent of an aged building, dust coated everywhere, on picture frames, on display cases. I notice a harpoon sticking oddly in a weird place, but of course this is a fishing town, you know. Who's to say why we have a harpoon. Maybe someone killed a great white whale, wanted to display what got the beast in the end. Suddenly, I feel a slip and a fall. I see myself going towards the harpoon. Luckily, I miss it. But I cut my neck on the glass shards of the display case. And I lay there, dying slowly. Back to you, Lonnie.
Thank you very much, Kate. Very nice fake out with the harpoon. That is very horror movie-esque, where you think they're going to get gotten by one thing, but they get gotten by another. Next, our next volunteer is David. Let me share again. David, which character would you like to play?
I'll take number 6.
Number
No Shave November.
Okay. Jakub Novak. He is a fisherman around the area of Vorostrova who makes deliveries to Vorostrova and the surrounding villages. He has always listened to advice to avoid staying overnight in Vorostrova. However, this time he was delayed by local fishery and wildlife authorities and has no other option. Where will Jakub go?
Well, looking at my background, obviously the motel.
Obviously, the motel. Very good.
Since if I have to be spending the night in this godforsaken dump.
You check into the rundown motel, the flickering neon sign casting eerie shadows across the cracked pavement. As you head toward your room, you think you catch a glimpse of something sinister lurking just beyond the motel's crumbling facade.
Those stupid authorities. Why did they have to take so long about it? I could have got out of this place. Look at this. It's disgusting. Mouse droppings there. And I shudder to think what that is. Oh, well. There was a hardware store across the street. Let me go and get some cleaning materials to make my room presentable. 5 minutes later, I'm in my motel room. Yuck. Ugh. But being a patient man, even when the authorities are so... No, I mustn't say that, even these days. Let's brush that away. Let's brush that away. That's better. Actually, the bed doesn't feel too bad. That's good. And the bathroom? That's surprisingly clean. I wasn't going to bother to take a shower, but that shower's in good shape. But I will take a shower after all. Okay, let's put this here, that there, and get the water running. It's warm, even better. Now I'll step into the shower and... Madam Topics Master.
Thank you, David. My next volunteer is actually going to be Kelly because she dropped out of order when she sent me a message. And then I will go over to you, Cliff. But don't worry, everyone who has their hands up will get a turn. Kelly, who would you like to play?
Number 1, please.
Number 1. Pavel Kowalski. Good old Pavel owns the local bar and restaurant here named Dorota after his grandmother. He is mistrustful of foreign visitors and has 5 cats, most of whom are strays. Where will Pavel go today?
He's obviously at the pub,
He's obviously at the pub.
which is where I would be in this town.
You push open the heavy door of Dorota's, the dimly lit interior casting eerie shadows across the worn wooden floor. Nearby, a tin-sounding jukebox begins to play a melancholy tune in Polish.
Ah, this song reminds me of the good old days. Before they started coming in town. I swear. It's just not what it used to be. This town needs to go through another purge. It needs to clean itself out again, like it does every so often. Hey, get away from that jukebox. It's not for you. Where was I? Oh, somebody's beckoning me upstairs. It's the wife. She says the books are off again. All right. Take my beer with me. Hey, Taylor, you take the bar. That wife. She's been strange lately. She looks a little funny. Been a little paler than normal and been staying inside a lot. I mean, who really goes outside here? You know, sunny Vorostrova is the way it should be. Dark, gloomy. But she has been paler than usual. Anyway, I follow her upstairs and she's avoiding mirrors. That's weird. Maybe she's just not a fan of the wrinkles coming in. Well, all right, what's with the books? Wait, where are the books? Why are you looking at me like that? Dear, Sylvia? Ah! Back to you.
Kelly, you have a future as a crotchety old man, I have to tell you. Excellent story. Cliff, which character would you like to play this evening?
Number 7.
Number 7. Chloe Adler. Chloe Adler hails from the town of London, where she is a member of a punk rock band. However, she is not just a performer, she writes all her own songs and music. However, of late, she has been suffering from writer's block. She is visiting Vorostrova after hearing about some of its dark folklore and hoping for some inspiration. Where will Chloe go?
Let's go to the mansion.
The mansion. You approach the crumbling gates of the abandoned mansion, the iron wrought with age and neglect. Beyond the grand facade of the building looms above you, like a silent sentinel, its windows shattered and ivy creeping up its crumbling walls.
All right, this is a perfect place to explore. Let's open the door first and it's locked. Shattered windows? That's an easy place to jump in there. As I jump through the window, my guitar got stuck. Oh, just leave it there for now. Dark and gloomy. I will finally get the inspiration for this dark song that's just stuck in the back of my head. But this place isn't dark enough. I see stairs. Let's take the stairs. And I hear something moving. That's the chandelier just rocking back and forth, back and forth. I don't think anything will make it fall. I'll just go up the stairs. There's no harm, no foul. Plenty of, ooh, these are interesting looking people who used to live here. Those frowny faces. I think I could get used to this. Now to get ready for, oh yes, my guitar is still stuck on the window. Well, let's head back downstairs. And the chandelier seems to be moving in a different direction. Is that a monkey? Oh, I wasn't alone in this place after all. Well, I look like the monkey is not gonna magically cause the chandelier to drop on me. I'll just walk down and oh, that was a close one. Freaking monkey. Well, time to get my
Never trust the wildlife. My next volunteer, Dr. Alexander. Thank you so much, Cliff. Dr. Alexander, who would you like to play?
I believe I'm going to take number 11.
Number 11. Layla El Amrani. She hails from Morocco, but she is currently enrolled in a prestigious university program which is focused on the study of Eastern European culture. She is intrigued by tales of supernatural occurrences and came to Vorostrova to learn more. She is considering writing her dissertation about this town and its lore. Where should Layla go to do some research or whatever else she'd like to do?
I am thinking, wherever I am, to get inspiration about the supernatural. The church.
The church. You step cautiously through the creaking doors of the abandoned church, the musty scent of decay enveloping you like a shroud. Rain is falling outside and has puddled on the floors between rotted pews, hymnals scattered and long forgotten.
C'est magnifique. This is exactly why I came here, to see the sort of way that things evolve. And the church falls apart. This is a sign that things are definitely not as they should be. I'm wondering what things are like around this church. Perhaps there are signs. Oh, let me pick up this hymnal. Odd? I do not remember this hymn. I do not. Oh, this is strange. It is written backwards. Oh, very interesting. I'm wondering why are they writing the. Oh, this hymnal too. It is backwards, but the music is forward. Perhaps there is something unusual going on in this town. I must investigate further. Let me walk in a little further. Oh, look at that cross. It is going back and forth. It is almost ready to fall. I am not going to be a fool. No. I know what you're thinking. You are thinking I am stupid. You are thinking I'm going to go up right next to where the cross is and have it right on my face and kill me. No, I am not that sort of stupid person. I'm going to step way over here where it's nice and safe. Oh, it's a bit of a puddle, but that's all right. I have good shoes. I guess I have holes in my shoes. But it's all right. I'm used to the cold. Let me look again at this hymn. It's a little dark here. Oh, I see now. The wiring is weak and bad on the light. Let me just reach up and screw in the
Very nice. I did not see that coming. Cynthia, which character would you like to play this evening?
I'll try 10.
10. Oh, I was hoping someone would choose 10. Natalie Kim. Natalie Kim has been accused perhaps of being a bit of a black widow. She's been accused of killing her second husband for his money and is on the run. She is hoping to disappear in the relative anonymity of Vorostrova. Where should Natalie go?
The university, because nobody's going to expect me there.
You will go to the university. You stand before the imposing gates of the university, the ivy-covered walls looming like silent sentinels over the deserted campus. As you step through its ivy-choked entrance, the musty scent of decay fills your nostrils, and you can't shake the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes.
I feel like somebody's watching me, and it smells like crap in here, but still doesn't smell as bad as when I killed my second husband because he was a piece of crap. So let's see. Still not as bad as that because there was blood everywhere. Of course, I was smart enough to hide the knife. Yeah, there was a lot of blood because of the stabbing. But let's see. I need to look and see if there's anybody watching me because I get a feeling that I don't see any cameras, so that's weird. Are there weird ravens or something somewhere? I don't see any ravens either. Whatever. I'm going to hide in here and let's see if there's a university library and find some books to read because nobody's going to expect me here. But also, I wonder if they have any books on once you kill your husband and you're trying to hide from authorities, what are ways to disguise yourself? Because I'm recognizable like in my form now, but let's say I dye my hair, dress up as a man. Let me go search through this bookshelf and look carefully. Okay, self-help books, ew. Novels, interesting, but I have no time for that right now. And gross nonfiction. Okay, let me leave this section. Let me go. Let's see. Because it's a university and I'm feeling hungry right now, let me see if they have any food. I still feel those weird eyes on me, but who knows what's going down. Anyway, I'm gonna ignore that, and I doubt it's the police. So let me go check out this university cafeteria. I don't see it. Oh, I see some protein bars, which are but that's okay. Let's see, some protein bars and some leftover. I have no idea what that is, but it might still be good because I don't see, it's not rotten. So I will, and I see a refrigerator with drinks inside. So I'm gonna go open the refrigerator. Okay, some leftover pizza, which I will take. And is that kimchi? Let me go back to my roots and try some kimchi. And oh my God, it tastes bad. Oh my God, it's toxic. Oh shit.
You got me. Very nicely done, Cynthia. And for our very last volunteer, the master of Australian horror. Let's see you take on some Eastern European horror. Who would you like to play, Alan?
No pressure. Why am I going last? What about number 9? He looks nefarious.
All right, let's look at number 9. Simon Jankowski. He actually works at the textile factory where Greg's character just died. He is unfortunately suddenly desperate to raise $20,000 in US money because his wife has gotten sick and he'd like to be able to take her to a city the size of Berlin to seek treatment. Where will Simon go?
As I wrote the gulp, let's go to the harbor.
The harbor. You walk along the worn boardwalk of Vorostrova harbor, the air heavy with the scent of salt and decay. A board beneath your feet gives way with a crack, and you barely manage to keep your leg from plunging through. You can see the waves crashing angrily against the posts of the pier below.
What a ridiculous place for a meeting like this. And then again, I suppose there's no good place to meet someone who's going to hire you to assassinate someone else. I mean, where's a good place to meet someone who's going to hire a killer? Don't really want it to be anywhere too public, I suppose. 20,000 is a lot of money. Worth killing someone? It's worth at least that to keep my wife alive. Anyway, I suppose I'd better keep going. On the corner of the dock, they said. Can't see anyone around. Let's just see if I can check inside these buildings. They just said meet me on the dock. The whole thing is a dock. What's that supposed to be? Anyway, I'll just. Who's that up there? There's someone at the end. Maybe that's them. Oh, it's all for Irina. It's all for my wife. I need to raise the money. I need to get her to Berlin. Anything I do is necessary. I can justify anything if it keeps Irina alive. Okay, let's do this. Person. Oh, looks like a woman. Oh. It's dark. Can't quite make out features. Hello, excuse me. You expecting to meet someone here? Oh, Irina. I thought you were sick. I thought you needed help. What do you mean you needed $20,000? I'm not worth $20,000. Why do you have a knife?
Very nice. Thank you all for orchestrating your own deaths this evening. It was such a pleasure to hear all of the dumb ways that you died. Some of you dumber than others. Kimchi in an abandoned university, anyone? And I'm going to go ahead and hand things back over to our Toastmaster, Greg.
I want to know who poisoned the kimchi.
Thank you, Lonnie. That was an experiment that went very well.